Thank you for taking this moment to breathe and to listen to what can change your life forever. My name is Ragnar Zinikas, and I'm the founder of Starpreneurs TV, How to Dominate the Decade talk show, World Women Conference and Awards, an international speaker and coach of the change makers. And my mission is to empower through education. And I want to thank you who you showed up today, because by doing so, you are investing in your personal growth. Today, we have the distinct honor to bring to you Eddie Luisi from New York. He's a podcast and YouTube creator at Eddie Luisi's Friends in the Spirit 111, stage manager at Good Morning America, and sales representative at Flixtrax TV Pro. Eddie, welcome to the show. Tell us, who is Eddie and why is Eddie really doing what he's doing?
That's a great question, and that's going to take a good hour. So sit down, relax, get a cup of coffee. First of all, I love your name, but you say it so quickly, so it's hard as an American in New York to get it. Say your name one more time for me.
Ragnar Zinikas.
I like that. I like that. So I am basically, I've been in broadcast television for almost 40 years. And currently I'm at Good Morning America. I've been there over 33 years. I'm the stage manager. So I'm the person that says 5, 4, 3, 2, and I cue. And I make sure I coordinate all the people and, and the sets, and I give all the cues. I have on my LinkedIn page, and a long time ago on my card, I used to have a little mantra that said, Eddie has been honored and blessed to work with many of the best in all fields. He's made many friends. He's given out many business cards so he could help others with connections. I have a dear friend. Her name is Joan Baer. She's an author. She writes young adult novels. And one day, and I do a lot of mentoring. So my 4 M's are media, music, ministry, and mentoring. And one day, Joan contacted me through another friend, Tony Rossi, who's part of the Christopher Close-Up. And I got together, this was pre-COVID, we got together in a diner. It was me, Joan, and her grandson. And he just graduated television. So we were sitting together and I was mentoring him about careers in television for a good half hour. And basically I said, look, at the end of this, I'm a stage manager. So as a stage manager, I can't hire you, but I met a lot of people. I have a lot of connections. So we could chit chat and I could try to connect you with different people. So Joan comes like real close to me, right? She goes face to face and she goes, Eddie, you're not a connector. You're a divine appointer. You help souls with their divine appointments. And I went, wow. I said, I never heard of that, right? And I watch documentaries and I'm on different websites and read different books and videos. I've seen The Secret, which is on Netflix. And The Secret has all these wonderful experts and they have all the titles, it's called chirons underneath. But nobody was a divine appointer. So I said, okay, God, what do you want me to do with that? So I've been a church musician ever since I was 12. I'm 61 years old, so almost 50 years I've been a church musician. I write songs, I compose, and then I have something called Friends in the Spirit 111, which is, you see the logos all over the place. I have it on my t-shirt, but let me just read. We are an interactive community of believers of all faiths where acceptance and respect is fundamental to everything we do. God speaks to us in spirit and community where we all are one. So I have an online community of hundreds of people that I send out weekly messages, and then I have small little groups too. So we'll find out later on, but if you're a spiritual person, I'd love for you to join Friends in the Spirit 111 also.
Consider it done. And it was just basically taking out to like 6 of my questions, but I'll do the plan A, B, C as we just.
I could talk. You just cue me and I go.
Beautiful. No, I'm very excited to have you in front of us because I think we all have seen, especially with the pandemic, how much our screen times have really elevated. And I think it's a marvelous way to have someone behind the scenes in front of us and really giving us also a little taste of it, what it really means to be back there. And more than anything else, we always try to give value to our viewers. And and mainly they are from entrepreneurial careers. Eddie, what would you say, working with the best and seeing so many different styles of doing different broadcasts and having access to all that content? Why is content so important, and why is the visibility so important?
I think people need content. People are desiring content. People want to learn. I think there's a small group that just, get up, get ready, go to work, do their job, go home, cook dinner, and go to bed, this and that. But there's a large group, especially all your viewers and entrepreneurs, that want to do more, that constantly want to learn from different experts, from different websites, different videos, and to have excellence. We strive to have excellence in what we do. On the set of Good Morning America, like I said, I have all these different top people. And we're not only talking actors, actresses, musicians, but there's doctors, politicians, authors, different people that are creators, and they're at the top of their game. And obviously the exposure to be on a show like Good Morning America is fabulous because millions of people see it in America and around the world. Production values are the best. The hosts that are interviewing them are super popular too. So everybody wants to be interviewed by Michael Strahan or Robin Roberts or George Stephanopoulos, take photos with them. So I think all those things, if you put them all together, those are ways that people are wanting and needing information and how they could get it out, for your entrepreneurs out there.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful answer. Eddie, while working with all those big names, and let's put the name celebrity, what have been the biggest challenges while working with celebrities?
So one time, so the challenges, okay, with celebrities, I'm going to talk more in general. A lot of times these celebrities are not used to live television. If you're a movie star, right, you do take after take after take, and if you don't get it right, you do it again, and there's crews and there's lighting and it's all that sort of stuff. Just like you and I, we're talking on the internet, but we're talking live. So any type of mistakes I make or look or whatever, people are going to see it. So when they're on live television, it's a totally different surrounding atmosphere, vibe for them. So what I try to do as a stage manager behind the scenes, when I'm getting them from the dressing room or hair and makeup, I introduce myself. Depending on how I see they are, I'll try to either be funny or compliment them. Or if I see they're kind of little silly or over the top, I'll rank out on them or I'll make fun, and then they like that. I remember once we had Oprah and she was backstage and she had all her entourage. I would say, okay, Oprah, we're walking this way. And so Oprah makes fun of me, say, oh, we're walking? I said, yeah, we're walking and we're going to drink some coffee because I'm from New York and that's how I talk. So Oprah was making fun of me, but she's been on TV for years and years and years and stuff. But I'm sure there's a little nervousness when you're on because you only have 3 minutes. Like, we're going to chat for a half hour or so. Most people have 3 minutes and you got to get your message out in those 3 minutes. Also, as a stage manager, my job is to cue, right? Physically 5, 4, 3, I cue. On Facebook, I had 2 pages. I have the Eddie Luisi page, which I post a lot of celebrity pictures and pictures of Good Morning America. And then I have my Friends in the Spirit 111, which is my spiritual page. But when I was posting all the celebrity pictures, people said, Eddie, you should write a book. You should write a book. I said, I don't want to write a book. Like, who cares about just seeing me with different celebrities? That doesn't mean anything. But then I was chatting with my wife, and my wife, we met on the set of Good Morning America. She was also a producer. And then she went to Oprah and she was working on the Remembering the Spirit segments. I don't know if you and your viewers remember that, but that was like the last 3 minutes of Oprah's show, Remembering the Spirit. But my wife said, honey, you cue people as a stage manager and you're a spiritual person. So why didn't we work on a book and call it Cue the Spirit? Because my spirit, and now I'm not talking spiritual now, my spirit, my personality has been in the walls of Good Morning America for 33 years. You know, I remember years ago, the Million Mile March, the Million Men March on Washington, D.C. Reverend Jesse Jackson was on the show, and he was going to speak at that Million Men March. And at the time, and I don't do it anymore, but I used to have like a packet of 20 different prayers, reflections, poems, and I would keep a bunch of them in my office, and then I would hand them out to certain people that I felt needed it. And I gave it to Reggie, and I said, hey man, read these, you know, on your plane ride to Washington. And so I don't know how different ways I touch different people, right? You're touching me right now by interviewing me and giving me this opportunity. Hopefully what I'm saying is touching you and maybe touching some of your viewers. Hopefully down the road, there are some connections where we could help each other, right? So cueing the spirit, you know, we're not working on the book right now because life is just crazy. We have 4 kids and stuff, but you never know what will happen. But I try to help others. I try to connect people. I try not to think about me all the time and helping others. And I always feel when you do good unto others, good will come back to you. And not that I'm doing good, so good comes back to me. I just do good, and eventually things do come back to me, and I'm blessed in that way. And you can see on my arm, blessed, right? So that's what I feel. I'm grateful also. Grateful.
Beautiful. Beautiful, Eddie. Eddie, if I'm pretty sure that if we had an entrepreneur with us, they would say, Eddie, you mentioned those 3 minutes and get your message in front of everybody with 3 minutes. What would be your best advice how to do it? Like where to concentrate, where to focus, and maybe the biggest mistakes, what not to do.
So I guess prior to being on the TV show, you want to take notes, you want to have bullet points that you want to express, right? You want to make sure. Most of the time, if you're going to work on a big network TV show, that you'll be pre-interviewed, just like you and I, before we're chatting now, we chatted for 10 minutes and we sent each other emails and stuff. So there's always a pre-interview. So you could ask, you know, the producer, the booker, that these are the points that I'd like to express. So hopefully then the interviewer will actually ask those questions and guide you. You know what I'm saying? Like me, you could ask me one question, I'll just keep on talking. But in 3 minutes, it got to be quick, right? Especially in news, you have little sound bites and stuff. So hopefully you prepare, you talk to that booker, producer, whoever got you onto the show, but then also listen. And this is the main thing also, not for the entrepreneur guest, but the interviewer. And you did that, because I think the first thing I said, and you repeated it because you were listening. So you want to listen. And the same thing, if you throw me a curveball, a lot of times you're going to ask me a question, right? But I'm already thinking about, what do I want to say? What do I want to say? And then I miss something that you might say that could be good. So it's always good to listen also, be prepared. I mean, I have some notes over here too. I have a lot of notes just in case, but I'm listening and I'm trying to, you know, answer that way. So hopefully that helped.
For sure, I think we might get so excited that we think that we know our stuff that we do, and we know usually we are so in love with our business idea that we don't think that we actually need to prepare. But as you say, right, even the biggest stars do prepare, and they do get anxious or nervous as well. So it's pretty normal for someone who hasn't been to be nervous when you get, you know, in front of lights, people that you don't know, people that you know that has interviewed hundreds or thousands of people before you. It can be quite intimidating, no? So, but Eddie, you mentioned that you started your musician career once you were 12. Why didn't you continue with that? Or is it more in your life as a hobby today?
Okay, so great question. I mentor right now. So I mentor college kids through a company called the Future Now Media Conference. So, and I've given talks before, and I've done different interviews, and I tell people that when I was age 12, nobody mentored me, nobody gave me the right advice for a music career. I always thought as a musician, you're going to work nights, you're going to work weekends, and you have to travel, right? You're doing concerts, you have to travel all the time and do concerts. I didn't know that I could get a job as a musician 9 to 5 working in a studio. If I learned how to sight read music, somebody put music in front of me and I could sight read anything, then I could work as a studio musician and I could do movies, TV shows, jingles, albums, I could do anything. And I could stay home and I could go home and I could have a family life. So that's the reason that I wasn't mentored properly. The interesting thing is, and I think I sent you a list of like thousands of musical artists that I've been blessed to work with, but not as a musician. I work with them as a stage manager. Would I have, part of me wish I was playing guitar with all these musicians and recording and tour? Yeah, part of me, but I'm also working with them one-on-one. I'm like feet away from them and I'm giving them stage directions. As a musician also, if I have a live band on the set of Good Morning America, they come usually around 6 o'clock. We rehearse for 15 minutes and then they go back to the dressing rooms and they don't come back out for another 2.5 hours. But a lot of times as the stage manager, because I'm a musician, I could guide them and I could direct them of what we need TV-wise. A lot of times also in live television, you want little bumpers, like little snippets of 15 or 30 seconds. Now, in the perfect world, in the professional world, they would have known before they came to the set. They would have timed it out. They would have came and I said, okay, give me bumper 1, and they play it. A lot of times, oh, we didn't know that. Oh, we didn't know this. Or they'll start with the chorus and now it's 47 seconds. And I always have a stopwatch and I'll go up to them. I say, look, man, I said, that was really good, but it's 47 seconds. They're not going to use it. Let's start from, bar 8, or let's do this. So I could talk musically to them and they like that. And I have a lot of musician friends to this day tell me, Ed, when I was on the show, it was great talking to you because you spoke our language. So I'm still blessed and honored to work in the capacity I am with the people that I'm working with, but not as a musician, composer. But you never know. I'm still 61. I still got another 20 years in life or so. So you never know. I might be on somebody's album.
Exactly. Did you just notice how he took my question and in order to really give you, who you are watching, more value, he started to mentor you. So this is beautiful. This is art of the state. This is what you need to learn in order to be the best in your field. Whatever you do, whoever you're listening to, really see, okay, this was just a question, but how can I answer this question, even talking about myself, but really, really giving value to you or to the people that this is going to touch. Beautifully done. I absolutely love it. And you who you are watching, I hope that you are taking notes, because those little things which are shared now are true golden nuggets which you can actually take action today. Put together your sales pitch. When you have those 3 minutes, you are not going to fail. And those 3 minutes can also save your skin in some elevators where you actually have only the right elevator right to save or present your business. So please do so. Eddie?
Can I add one thing? May I
Yes.
add one thing? I'm 61 years old. I don't hear the words anymore, you're welcome. I hear a lot of thank you, thank you. I listen to podcasts, I watch news, and at the end of the interview, somebody says thank you, and then the other person says thank you too. It's like, what happened to the words, you're welcome? So all you viewers out there, if you're gonna be on TV, say you're welcome. Thank you for the opportunity. But I just had to throw that 2 cents in.
That's a good one. Again, write it down. You're not going to remember when it comes to the point, but when you write it down, you might have something in the back of your head and say, oh, Eddie said this. So don't do that for sure. Eddie, I was seeing that you have ministered thousands over the years. What have been the events closest to your heart?
Closest to my heart are small gatherings, retreats. I'm a Catholic church musician, But through the years with Friends in the Spirit 111, we're open to all religions now and all spiritualities. But I've always been a Catholic Church musician, and I've done big concerts and big festivals. And we were the opening act to the Pope when he came to New York. I didn't meet him, but our band was on stage, and we did some music. But those type things, they don't do anything for me because it's just this bigness and you don't see people. So I'd rather have the small retreats where there's 50 people, 100 people, and they touch me a lot more. And then I love afterwards, after, as a musician, right, you're ministering to people. But then also when you're in the cafeteria and you're having a cup of coffee or whatever, and it's late night, you're chatting with somebody, you're ministering to them also, right? So you don't have to be an ordained minister. You don't have to have a reverend or father or a sister or whatever to minister to people, right? Just be kind, compassionate, loving, understanding, listen to them, try to be helpful if you can. Sometimes people just want you to listen. And I know I'm a stubborn man, right? And a lot of times I want to have the answer, I'm listening and I'm trying to say, well, if you just do this or you do this or you do this. And as a stage manager, that's great, especially on a live TV show, because if something goes wrong or something turns a different way, you have to react immediately. So in that mind, I have an answer and I tell, do this, do this, do this, do this, and we do it. But when you're having a one-on-one conversation or a small little retreat or a little group, you want to kind of be listening a little bit more and compassionate and just, sometimes that's all people want to do. They want to get it off their chest.
Wow. So down to earth and so authentic, just beautiful. I'm loving the interview. I never imagined that this could be so good. So Eddie, who has been your greatest mentor? And you just mentioned mentoring other kids. Who are they, and what is the main passion there? Like, who do you serve as a mentor?
You're asking some tough questions, I just want to let you know. Good job, good job, good job. Wow.
You asked me to prepare 2 to 3 hours. You challenged.
I have another interview at 5, so you have another 2 hours to chat with me. So TV wise, my mentor was a man by the name of John Cardone. Okay. I give talks, I give career talks for students in television. And I guess, like you're enjoying some of my answers. So I guess all people can enjoy some of my talks. But John Cardone worked at Lenox Hill Hospital, which is a hospital in New York City. He worked in the AV department, the audiovisual department. He was the writer, the producer, the director, the camera person, the lighting person, the audio person, the editor. He was everything. He was a one-man show. I went to Hunter College, which is a college in New York City. Back in the old days, it was only $746 a year. Just saying. And I did an internship, and my first internship was John Cardone. So now I tell the students, I say, you think an internship at Lenox Hill Hospital, like why? Why is that? I tell people that, especially in media, that life isn't a narrow path. Okay. If you want to be a doctor, you go a certain way. You want to be an attorney, you go a certain way. Like there's certain jobs, there's a straight path, but especially in TV and a Good Morning America, you could be a media major, you could be a sociology major or geography, like political, you could have, because GMA is a 2-hour show with all different subjects. So you could have all these different majors and get into a show like Good Morning America. So John Cardone taught me everything I needed to know single camera, okay? Now I get a second internship at WPIX TV, Channel 11 in New York City. That's where it's famous for Yankee baseball and for news. I worked there, there's 4 interns, right? And we were told that during the week, you each get 1 day in the studio from 3 to 5, and the 5th day we rotate. I made sure I was in the studio 5 days a week. I wasn't mean, I didn't step on anybody's toes, but I said, if I want to be in TV and they're in the studio 5 days a week, I want to be in the studio 5 days a week, right? I'm in the office the other 6 hours, like I should be in the studio. So I'm in the studio every single day. Now, eventually, and in the studio, it's 3, 4 cameras, called multiple cameras. Now they start a brand new celebrity nighttime show where it's a single camera remote. They interview celebrities and then they have to edit. None of the producers knew how to do that. I raised my hand. I said, I know how to do that. Where did I learn? From Lenox Hill Hospital. Every opportunity, every person molds you and shapes you, and you can learn from any person. Don't think that you have to chat with the biggest of the biggest to learn something. You can learn from Lenox Hill Hospital, John Cardone, single camera. So now I go out with the producer camera crew, I tell them what to do. Eventually, the producers didn't want to go out anymore. I went out as an intern with a professional camera crew and did professional interviews myself. Now, the normal day is 9:30 to 5:30. Because now you have to start editing, you have to come in at 6:30 in the morning. The producers hated that. I made sure I was there at 6 o'clock. I had all the tapes ready. This was before digital, okay? So you actually have videotapes that you have to pop in, record. Then you have to zero the counter and play them, and you have to write notes by hand. I had 5 tapes all out. I had all the notes out. I had coffee. I had the bagel. The producer came in, and everything was done for that person. So eventually, when somebody was offered the job, who do you think got the job? I got the job. I was still at Hunter College, and I got a job as a producer for Channel 11. So I was, what, 18, 19 years old. I didn't even finish college and I already got a job. So, and one other advice I want to just give for everybody, and I'm learning this now at 61. In the beginning of your career, okay, the word no professionally does not exist. Okay. Now, morally, I'm a father, right? So morally, the word no exists, but professionally, it's yes, yes, yes. When there's a bunch of students in the room, I point to one. I said, look, Friday night, I need you 10 o'clock to be on the football field. We're doing a shoot. Can you come? If you say no, you're done. I'm going to the next person. Now, I'm saying you're not done forever and ever in life, but you're done in my eyes. I just gave you an opportunity. You said no to me. Now you're gone. I'm going to give this person an opportunity. If they come and they do a good job, who am I going to call again? I'm going to call the person who said yes. Now at age 61, right? I'm at the end of my kind of stage manager career, but I'm doing these interviews. I'm doing Friends in the Spirit. I'm working with Flick Tracks. I'm saying yes to all these opportunities because I'm ready for more, you know? And I'm on a regular income, and I have bills, and I have mortgages, and I have college expenses. So if I could make some extra money through mentoring, through teaching, through music, through ministry, well, I'm ready. So thank you for this opportunity, because you're part of me dominating the decade, because I know that's the name of the show, right? So this is the beginning of that also for me to be on this interview. Like I said, I have another interview later on with a Christian radio station. I have another interview Thursday. So I'm just saying yes. And I'm a God, I'm a God person. I believe in God. And it's like, I'm just going to do it, and your holy will, wherever it's going to take me, you know? But I appreciate that some of my answers that I'm saying, you weren't expecting them and you're enjoying them. Because when you told me this was all these entrepreneurs and stuff, I said, you know, I'm a worker. I'm a stage manager, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what do I have to offer to these entrepreneurs? But hopefully you're liking, and some of you people are enjoying what I'm saying also.
I think it has been truly amazing, and whoever, again, we are giving opportunities to learn from someone who really knows how the things are done behind and on the scene. So we never know. If we do not prepare for those type of opportunities, then when the opportunity knocks on the door, we are not ready. So you need to be prepared before, and by just showing up, listening, taking the notes, and really thinking, okay, if I will be given those 3 minutes, how can I really truly leverage on that? So you have been absolutely valuable with all your comments and recommendations today. And we all know that everybody's story have the power to really change someone else's life, whether it's as you just told. I think in today's generations, this know and really being in the comfort zone is so celebrated by the society that it's sort of becoming like overlooked. It's like, oh, well, another one comes, or we don't take it seriously anymore. The opportunities, which we know that when you have been really putting the effort into it, really working for it, and we know what it takes, and when we have the opportunity to now offer that to another person, you would think that they take it seriously as well, because you know how much it really takes in order to get that opportunity. When someone says no, I'm pretty sure that you're like, what? Really? But again, like the way that we communicate and we really being a role model to our youth is something that really touches me. And that's why I also like to always talk about the importance of mentorship, and why do we really all need mentors in our life. It doesn't matter where we are in our career, it doesn't matter what we do need the people that have done it, have the results, and really can help us from where we are to the next step. Because if we knew how to do it, we would be already in this next step. But Eddie, let's dig a little deeper.
Can I add one more thing to what you just said before we dig? There are a lot of experts and a lot of books and a lot of websites that tell you, find your goal, find your dream and shoot for that. And there are vision boards. You could write all the different things, and you could put a picture of your $1 million house and boats and this and that. And I'm not out of that school. I don't feel that, because I think then I limit myself. If I say I want to be, a famous minister, or if I want to be a famous musician or a producer, like, I'm limiting God's will for me, because I'm putting a certain point. So many people get to a certain point, or get that house, or get that fancy car or whatever, and then they're not happy with it, or they get bored with it. So I always try to just keep on doing what I'm doing, what I enjoy doing, and then hopefully I'll be directed to where I'm supposed to go. So I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I had to put in my 2 cents.
It actually does. I think also there's a big difference with what people are wanting and what they're actually willing to do in order to get it. And as you said, sometimes we are chasing the shiny things because society is also celebrating them. And we think that we should want them. And once we get them, we're like, oh my God, it's the wrong mountain that I was climbing. Like it was supposed to be the Everest, and I'm now on top of whatever, no? So yeah, I can totally relate to that, and it's a very good remark to make. So Eddie, everything changed last year. So much of the ways we live our private lives, personal, professional lives have changed. How do you see the future? What the future will bring you personally and professionally?
I see great things in the future. I see blessings. I see abundance. I see favor. Sometimes, I mean, with this whole pandemic and stuff, and we know it's touched people different ways, and some people have lost dear friends. People are sick, and you never know in the future what that sickness is going to do to you in the future, because nobody knows. People have lost jobs, or lost some incomes, or whatever, lost their houses. But I think we're on a good path right now, right? We have a good presidency. We have a good cabinet. We're doing more testing, and we're going to do all the vaccinations. So I think there's going to be eventually some type of normalcy, and good things are going to happen. I feel with me that I'm going to continue to help others and continue to, work at Good Morning America as long as they want me to be there. And I have like a little music studio here, which has been here for a long time, but I'm kind of like fearful. They say, when you're afraid of something, but just jump in and do it. So this is my year to actually create, because I have so much in my head, just need to get it out. So I think this is a year, if not a whole decade, um, to make things better for people, for myself, for my family, for my friends, my community. So, and for your viewers, hopefully, you know, I always say when I give my talks, because I give talks every Saturday morning, I said, look, if I'm talking 20, 30 minutes, you might not get something out of the whole talk or may not like something, or maybe one thing's a little irritable, but if you get one thing, if you get one little snippet, one sentence, one word that's helpful, then great, you know? So I feel like my job has been done.
Beautiful. I want to thank you who you showed up today, because as said, by showing up, you are investing in your personal growth. I hope you have been taking notes. If you do have any questions, comments that you would like to share with us, please put them down below this video, and we will make sure that we are going to get all the questions answered. And now I'm going to ask our most famous question. So Eddie, your 3 recommendations, how to dominate the decade.
I'm going to use 3 words, and then if you want me to embellish, I will. But I'm going to use 3 L's. My last name's Luisi. Listen, learn, and love, right? Listen, and listen could be listen to yourself, right? If you calm down and you meditate, listen to yourself, your needs, or listen to other people, listen to this, you know, this video cast. Learn from other people, right? Be open to learn different things, and then to love yourself, love others. When there's love, love casts out fear, right? So listen, learn, love. How's that?
Beautiful advice. And again, you who you are watching, I hope you wrote them down. And today you take the time to reflect on those 3 things. Are you listening enough? And especially in the situations when it really can be a change maker or game changer for you. Are you learning? Are you taking the time really out of your day in order to dedicate yourself, whether it's 20 minutes, whatever the time frame is, that to learn a new skill that will help you closer to your dream? And love, I think this is something that we all even miss now, because human touch has been got off with all our friends, with all people that are closest to us. So it has been truly difficult year. And I think to have love always as a first response to everything will be a great change for the future as well. Eddie, if someone now wants to follow you, they want to contact you, what is the best way to do so?
So on Facebook, my spiritual page is Friends in the Spirit 111. So you could like that, and then you could do comments, and then we could chit chat back and forth that way. I'm in LinkedIn also, and my last name is spelled Luisi. So I guess those are the best ways. I guess I shouldn't give my phone number or email.
Well, of course, when you like to answer them in the middle of the night, please. So I did warn him.
Here's my address if you want to come knock on my door.
Yes, exactly. So Eddie, what would be the last message that you want to leave our audience with, that if they don't take anything else out of this interview, just pay attention to this?
Help others. I think it's important to help others, and in any way you can do. You know, I tell people when I give my talks, I said, if you can't financially help somebody, if you can't give them a job, then maybe you shovel their driveway, maybe you get their groceries, so maybe you just help somebody with a smile. You never know what people are going through. So, you know, especially if you're in the car, somebody cuts you off, and, you know, and you don't get angry with them. I usually say prayers, I bless them. So help others, bless them. You could always pray for people quietly. You could always bless people, right? Put your arm up and give a little blessing for people. So that's what I would do. Help, bless people, and good things will come back to you. don't expect them, but they'll come back.
Thank you. I want to thank you for taking the time to be with us today by sharing all your experiencing, all that life has offered you, and really truly sharing that with us.
You mean it's over? I still have another 2 hours. Come on, let's go. Come on.
We go offline. We go offline now, and we produce the teasers out of it and all of that. So
have the credits roll, and we'll just keep on talking. It's like, no, I want to do more.
Beautiful. You see, we have a lot of fun in front and behind the scenes. So, but as Eddie was saying, helping others. And today, actually, you can start by helping yourself. And how? By taking action. All those beautiful recommendations which were shared, and I hope that you did make notes. If not, go back to this video and make sure that you're taking notes. More important than just taking notes is taking action, and speed of implementation in today's environment, especially in entrepreneurship, is absolutely key to success. So help yourself by doing so, and help others. How? By sharing this video, because we all know that this story, Eddie's story, really has the power to change someone else's life. So today, you can help others by becoming the hero of your own life and in someone else's life. Please do it. And I will see you in our next episode. And be blessed, keep safe, and share the knowledge.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.